G'day guys, and welcome back to the EB Cup and to what could potentially be the final game of round 1 of the EB Cup tournament. I'm your host Gent, this is Blistering Sands, and with me in the middle of this screen we have the sexy and handsome Arnoo, and the top right corner here of Blistering Sands, a little bit black and blue from that last game, but he's looking to bounce back and gain number 2 right now. The reason why it's potentially the last game of round number 1 is because Nammor is currently 1 game up, only has to win 1 more game to knock Arnoo out of the tournament and for him to produce a round 2 spot. So we have probes coming out from Nammor, Rolly just out because they're going to start doing some pylon dropping. If he puts it here, I'm going to cry. Oh, there we go. Down here near the ramp. Fantastic. Pylon number 1 going down for Nammor. And we can see that Arnoo is in fact in front with his pylon productions in this particular game. Arnoo with the early gas again. So scout coming out from Nammor. Nammor scouts very, very early, as indicated by his round 1 game. So he'll be seeing Arnoo's stuff very shortly. This is only a 2-player map, not like Metalopolis, so very, very easy to find where your opponent is. Rally to check out here, and then rally to head back into the natural and then back to his base by the looks of things. So Nammor does have a look. Arnoo drops gateway 1. He'll be thinking to leave a bit of a hole this time because he did box in all of his units in the first game, which was, you know, I had a bit of a chuckle. I'm sure a few of you did as well. Arnoo's now chasing this probe, doesn't want that probe doing anything sneaky or anything really, really obnoxious, like dropping a pylon somewhere in your main. Very, very large mains in Blistering Sands. Arnoo's other probe not going to play tag. He's going to head back and start mining gas. Oh, and the epic probe battle at the front here. Bam! Arnoo's probe comes on top. Both guys having a bit of a lull, because it's all about having fun, StarCraft. Especially the EB Cup, definitely all about having fun. Tongue-in-cheek, good times. Everyone loves each other here. Except for Tom and L. Howard. If you guys seen that series, no love lost between those two guys. There we go, assimilator going down for Nammor, deciding to get gas in a more reasonable time, depending on what type of build you're doing, I guess. Reasonable is all subjective, isn't it? Very subjective term. Sub-NX core and forge down for Nammor. Can he afford to do this? We will see very shortly. Stopping his supply gap with extreme measures, dropping 3 pylons at once, really should be putting that into units or a second gateway. But I digress. Supply cap issue down at Nammor at Arnoo Central as well. Double pylon going down for him. Not so bad as a triple, but worse than a single. You can do some maths, find out what would have been good. So we got 2 gateways down here, and he has left that gap, as I can see. The gap is good. Units will freely travel through that path there. Forge going down for Arnoo as well. This probe taking a long way back to mine. Fantastic. More probes coming out for Arnoo. I'm glad that he's keeping up with his probe productions. We'll go to the unit tab right now. Arnoo now with the probe advantage, unlike Nammor in the last game. In fact, both guys dead even, apart from Arnoo having a couple more workers. This is very interesting stuff. I think Arnoo is in a slight advantage right now. More and more probes coming up for him. Very, very awesome stuff. He seems to have learnt his lessons from the last game. He has this gap. He's making workers. His base is looking awesome. His money's a bit high, but that's okay. He is looking great. I'm happy with his progress right now. And spotting at the back. Oh, Arnoo, you beast. You Adonis. This is great stuff. Back to mine as well. Don't want any idle probes, and none of that happening. Arnoo is on the ball. We got these 3 zealots walling in here down at Nammorville. Stargate going down for him. Okay, so he's trying what Arnoo did last time. He's going to throw some Void Rays into his army mix. Different from his Colossus ground-based army stuff from before. So he's rallying some probes into this assimilator here. So he's got maximum probes in both assimilators, maximum gas from this one base right now. And Arnoo, same difference. Oh no, looks like he's missing a probe from this one here. But that's okay. More pylons going down. He takes extreme measures with his pylon dropping. 1 and 2. Stargate just about finished for him. Still pumping out units. Got a Stalker coming out. Arnoo with a significantly larger Zealot force right now. Some photon cannons going down at front here. 3 photon cannons going down at front here. I actually do like these photon cannon placements to get the high ground advantage. And this is generally a well-travelled ramp. Although Nammor... Oh, so he's going to cannon in the back as well. Beautiful stuff. If Nammor comes in back here, these are in range to blast the faces of any units that dare travel. So the Stargate going down for Arnoo as well. Both guys going to go for Stargate tech. Nammor was obviously a bit in front in that regard. So we got the 1 Zealot coming out here. But, oh, wow. This Arnoo force, is it completely undetected by Nammor. Namor's going to the Xel'Naga watchtower, but he's missed the force. Arnoo's force is getting in through the front here. He needs to wall these guys off. Oh, and they get a bit of a surround. Namor's force is looking like they're in a bit of trouble. Oh, but this Void Ray is going to clean it all up. Because as you can see, these Zealots can't shoot up. But they're going to do a fair bit of damage to the ground forces of Nammor. They decided to leave the ground forces and go straight for the probe line. I like this. They're going to pick off the stuff that dies quick. Although it looks like they're a little bit mismicro. They do get that Stalker. Nammor's probes all running away from these scary Zealots. Arnoo's Zealots do find them eventually anyway. So he's killing quite a lot of Zealots right now. I think Arnoo's in a fair lead. Even though he's lost a handful of Zealots in this attack. Didn't expect that Void Ray, but the Void Ray is really just icing on the cake. Arnoo has done the damage. He's just pushed the E button a bunch of times, chrono boosting out, lots of panic probes, and Arnoo's still sitting pretty. He wasn't macroing during that fight, which is a bit of a mistake, but he's starting to chrono out some Void Rays of his own because he doesn't actually have any anti-air. So he needs to get some Stalkers out pretty quickly. No Warp Gate upgrade going down for him either at this stage. Also probably a bit of a mistake, so Arnoo's starting to come apart at the seams a bit here. Nammor's starting to catch up. He's got these gateways upgraded now. And he's starting to get... Is he catching up in the unit? So we got Nammor only down by 3 probes right now, so he's actually not that far behind. He's been chrono boosting out quite a few. Chrono boost makes probe production so incredibly fast, ridiculously fast even. Second Stargate going out now. We have 2 Void Rays here for him. And a Robotics Bay going down at Arnoo Central, so I don't know about that. He needs to worry about Void Rays right now, so he needs Phoenixes or more Void Rays of his own. Looks like he's opting for. Has more than enough to expand if he wants to do that. It looks like he is. Listening to me beyond the ether. So back at Nammor's base, he's stopped making probes now. This is looking reasonably well saturated. Some of these probes don't know what to do. Oh, everyone's mining everywhere. So we got a Robotics Bay going down in counter for Nammor. Are these guys map hacking or what? One guy does one thing and then the other one does the exact same. It actually just depends who's doing it first. And in mirror matchups like this, it truly does make all the difference. So the expansion going out early for Arnoo again. He's expanding before Nammor. Nammor looks like he just heavily won bases, as my assumption. I'm just going to read a book by a cover, which I learned from my mum in an early age not to do. Shouldn't read books by their covers, but I'm reading Nammor's cover, and Nammor's cover says I won base. Excellent vision right here. Both Zealots controlling both these towers, so he has all this area well and truly covered. Arnoo's base still in the dark. No observers out for Nammor just yet, but there's one in production, so that's good stuff. Arnoo actually could benefit from making one himself just to see what's happening back at Nammor's base. I would hate being in the dark in this situation after losing an attack. Really, you want to see what damage you've done. You want to see how your opponent's recuperating. So this Colossus is coming out now. He's going to come down pretty soon when this Robotics Bay is done. I assume that's why he's getting it. What other reason would you get it for? So Gents left the game again. Has a beautiful internet connection. Beautiful, by beautiful I mean horrible. So these cannons going down to defend the expansion here. Nammor having a bit of a lull. It's not very nice, Nammor. This is my first time seeing this replay, so just keep the excitement in my voice. As you can tell, I'm extremely excited. Not very excited to see that Nammor was lolling at me behind my back. My ears were burning now that I think about it. So here we go. Cannons going down. Very, very nice defensive position here from Arnoo. Heavily defended at the front. Very lightly defended at the back, but he has Void Rays that can jump to any particular pushback there, so he's pretty well defended, I would say. But this Observer's going to come and have a look, get a few shots to the face. Oh, just the one shot. Nammor's Observer is having a bit of a look. Wow, is there 6 pylons going down? There is. He's making this Tron-looking crab thing. You guys seen the movie Tron? There is a crab that looks like that. A crab that flies and shoots things. The evil red guys drive it. Nammor's just made a big